Favorite Frax, guys, what is going on? Today I have another Aura's Wi-Fi battle. Today I have an OU match, however, and looking at my team, you're probably thinking, what is going on here? But this team actually did really well when I was doing Wi-Fi battles on stream the other day, so I think you guys are really going to enjoy this match. This match is against Raymond, one of my boys, Fresh Kicks. He's going to go ahead and lead off with this Empoleon over here, this thing Poseidon, and I'm going to lead off with Nipelni. It's been a long time since you guys have seen Nipelni, I'm sure. But trust me, he's still alive and he's still doing well, as you guys will see during this match. He's going to go out to the Muck, which is a good play, of course. I'm obviously going to be going for a Drain Punch here. Now, I could have gone for Thunder Punch for the neutral damage on the Empoleon and neutral damage on anything if he would have switched. But I figured just Drain Punch would have been the best option, especially if he decided to stay in there. So, I'm going to do a decent amount of damage with the Drain Punch there. I'm going to be doing about 45%, which is not bad, about 40% after the leftovers. However, I am going to be switching out here because Muck actually does get Shadow Sneak, and Ghost-type attacks really do hurt Medicham quite a bit, so I did want to go ahead and switch out. He ended up going for Gunk Shot. It's okay, I have my Mew here, and even with a super bulky Mew, that still did about 50%, and that hurts. That's not fun at all to be taking, so he's going to get a little bit more on the Black Sludge. Of course, I got a little bit with leftovers. He is going to be switching out here because Mew is a Psychic type, and if I were running any Psychic type moves, I could have destroyed him. But he's going to go out into the Felicity here. Unfortunately, I am going for Will-O-Wisp, so he is going to get his Lopunny burned here. He said he predicted something else, but not sure what he was actually predicting there. Maybe knockoff or, maybe me to go, I don't know, I honestly don't know there, but you guys will see later on in the match that that was actually not too bad of a play. So he's going to go out into the Umbreon now, and of course I'm not going to go for Will-O-Wisp twice. That would just be not very bueno, but I ended up going for Soft Boiled here just to get my health back up if he wanted to stay in with that Lopunny, and try and hit me with a return after he Mega'd or something. But I'm going to go for Knockoff here, get some damage off on that Umbreon. If he decides to go for Toxic, I do have Synchronize, and he will be Toxic as well. So kind of a win-lose situation right here for me. So my Mew is going to be toxic, but his Umbreon will be toxic as well. And now we're kind of having a synchronized match right here, but that's not what this battle is about at all. So I'm going to take a little bit of toxic damage. He's going to do the same, and then I'm actually going to end up switching out here, I believe. Yep, and I can't remember what I got into. Maybe Volcarona. All right, here we go. So he goes for Heal Bell, and that's what I'm talking about. That it wasn't that bad of a play that he ended up taking the burn damage on the Lopunny because he can just heal it away with the Heal Bell. So it's a little bit of frustrating for me because, I took a Toxic and my Mew is Toxic now. However, it's still a decent amount of health to where that isn't going to matter for at least a few turns. So if I need to switch in, take a hit, get a Will-O-Wisp off, I'm pretty sure that I can still do so. But gonna go for a Quiver Dance here. And here's where I kind of messed up a little bit. He ends up, outspeeding me here, and I don't really know why. I still don't know why, because I'm at base 150 after the Quiver Dance with the 1.5 speed, and I don't know if he scarfed. I don't know what's going on with that thing, but he outsped me, so I kind of have to switch out here, go out into my Azumarill. He hits me with an Air Slash here. Of course, I am Assault Vested, so this will not be doing too much damage to me at all, about 20%. And then he is going to be forced to switch out, which is great for me, because then I can just do whatever I want. And I ended up going for Knockoff, I believe. It was probably either Play Rough or Knockoff. Yeah, Knockoff. So Knockoff's going to do a decent amount of damage, and then, of course, get rid of his leftovers. But I am going to be switching out here. Flash Cannon, it can hurt a little bit, but if I go out into Nipelni over here, Nipelni, I can hit him with a Drain Punch. So he ends up setting the Stealth Rocks up, excuse me, which is fine with me because I do have Mew on my team and I can defog those away if I need to. But he ends up going out into Umbreon, and I don't know if he was just trying to mess with my head here, or I don't know. But Drain Punch is going to obliterate Umbreon every single time, and there goes that Umbreon. Drain Punch is not something you use to switch a Dark type into ever, especially one coming from a Mega Medicham with that base, that huge base power, base 200. It's not something you want to do. He's way too strong for you to be switching in Drain Punches, for a Dark type. But I pulled a little ballsy move there. I ended up staying in, and him going for Knockoff. So, get inside your opponent's side a little bit, get a free Ice Punch out, get rid of the Tornadus, and that actually puts me in a really good spot. Now, I can just stay in and Drain Punch this thing. I actually don't run Zen Headbutt, as most of you guys know, or Psycho Cut, or whatever that move is called. I don't run that, actually, on my Mega Medicham. And in this meta, it probably would be more useful than everything else that I have. But back in X and Y, when I made this Medicham, you didn't really need Psycho Cut or Zen Head, but you didn't really need those things because there weren't a whole bunch of Poison-type Pokemon or, you know, too many fighting types. And if there were fighting types, they could obliterate Medicham anyway. So there wasn't really a reason to do that. So I ended up just never putting it on here, and I never changed the set. So I stay in, go for a Bullet Punch. He ends up getting a Hurricane off, which it's probably not the greatest thing, probably not something I should have done. I should have saved my Medicham for later, as you guys will see. But I end up going out into my Psy, my Landorus here, and I make an awful play, a very, very awful play here. Now, for whatever reason, I thought my Landorus was Scarfed, and it's definitely not. So he ends up Hurricaning me, and I end up losing my Landorus right then and there. So that is really unfortunate. I thought I was Scarfed, and I ended up not being Scarfed, so that is super duper unfortunate. I'm going to go out into my Glaceal here, my nice and powerful Glaceon. Of course, I am going to be taking the Stealth Rocks damage, which is not bueno. I definitely should have cleared those away first, but he's going to go out into the Poseidon here. I really wanted to click Hidden Power Ground. I really wanted to, predicting this thing to come out. But if he stays in with that Noivern, and I go for Earth Power, then I just lose, because I am Choice Spec Sylveon, or Glaceon. Jesus, excuse me. But going back out into the Mew, this way I can get rid of the rocks, hopefully, and burn something at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but you know what I mean. But he ends up going for Surf here. Gets a decent amount of damage off, considering most of the, the spread that I have in this Mew is into defense, not into special defense. So that is going to hurt a little bit more than if it were like Waterfall or something like that. But it gives me a chance to go for Will-O-Wisp here and then go for Defog the next turn, I believe. So get some damage off. I really just wanted the residual damage. Of course, Burn isn't going to help with the special attack at all, but I can still, get some residual damage off on that thing. So, gonna almost die here, almost dead. He's gonna take a little bit more burn damage, and then I am going to go for Defog. I do believe, I'm pretty sure that I do go for Defog here. Goes back out into the Noivern, and this is where things start to not be as fun. Oh, I go for Soft Boiled. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they're still fun for me. But I go for Soft Boiled here, get my health back almost all the way up there. Going to get a little bit of leftovers recovery as well. And then I'm going to take quite a bit of toxic damage. And that's one of the most awful things about toxic is it just racks up and racks up and racks up. And there's nothing that you can do about it. But he goes for Hurricane. He misses. I'm going to go for a knockoff here just to see if I can try and stop this thing. He ended up being Choice Specs, which is, terrifying. Choice Specs Noivern is just scary. The amount of damage coming out of that thing is just not fun. So I'm glad that I was able to get the knockoff off onto that thing, get rid of his item, and then he's going to kill me with a Dark Pulse. So actually a crit Dark Pulse. I don't know if I would have lived that or not. Probably not. But it was still a crit regardless. He's going to go... If I could speak, you guys would love this narration a lot more. But I end up going out into my Azumarill here, and I think... I don't know what I go for. I might have ended up going for Play Rough just because, yeah. So I'm going to get some damage off the Play Rough. That's actually going to be enough to take out the Poseidon there, which is great for me. Ended up getting a crit there, so I don't think the crit mattered, but, it's still a crit, just kind of like with him. But he's going to go out into the Felicity here, the Lopunny, and, of course, obviously it was burned before, and it's not burned anymore, so he is... I thought I heard my phone, but I guess I'm just hearing things now. But he ends up going for a Return here. That is going to hurt quite a bit. I ended up living with 4 HP, however. Going to get a Play Rough off, and that is going to be enough to take that thing off. However, I definitely should have switched into something else and probably saved my Azumarill, because I really need my Azumarill to take this thing out. So here's what I ended up doing here. I ended up just going for... Play Rough. I didn't really want to sack my Azumarill, but it was the best play for me to do right there. And I never got the rocks away. I never ended up defogging, I don't think. And that is pretty much why I lost this match. Because he's going to go for another Flamethrower here. And that is going to hurt. And it's going to actually end up killing me. And I ended up losing because of that. I thought I had it in the bag. I wanted to get the last kill with my my Sylveon. And then, of course, Volcarona not going to be enough to live in the rocks there. So I ended up losing that match. Not really super hard. It would have been about a 3-0 for me. I would have had Azumarill, Volcarona, and Glaceon left had I played my cards right. And then I ended up getting 1-0'd. So it was a very good game. Very, you know, it was just very... I don't know. I made some odd plays that match. So it wasn't really anybody's fault, or, you know... It wasn't anything special that he did that I lost. I just, I don't know. I just didn't pay attention. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like this video if you did enjoy, especially if you like the Landorus that did nothing this entire match. That is why I really want you to hit that like button. But anyways, we will see you guys back again. You know what? We'll see you back again tomorrow. I'm going to upload another Wi-Fi battle tomorrow. But I hope you guys enjoyed. May the hacks be with you. Peace out.